Welcome to the Sugar Quoting and Product Pricing Matrix by FayeBSG demo. Today, we're going to demonstrate our Sugar Quoting and Product Pricing Matrix feature that we built for the Sugar Quotes module. The way that this feature works is you can define a set of lists and rules that will allow you to provide discounts and set custom pricing for different accounts. The way it works is here in our product price level lists module, you can define what kind of list it is, whether it's a fixed percentage or a per item type. Depending on the setting you select here will depend on what discounts get applied to the products in the quoted line items. For this example, we are going to do a fixed percentage of 10% off. Any accounts listed here in the account subpanel will receive 10% off of every product that they purchase. So let's go check it out. Back here in the quoted line items, I'm going to add a new quoted line item. And just so that we can see the pricing, we're going to go open it up and we are going to click and see that we're starting off with a $25 unit price. When we select this, we'll see that the price will become $22.50, 10% off. And there we go. We see I get a $2.50 discount and our new unit price of $22.50 is here. Now, this is really good so that you can have your sales reps get the accurate price for your different customers. You're not limited on the number of lists that can be created, and you can have one account be a part of a singular list, meaning that this account cannot belong to two lists. Every account belongs to a single list, but a list can have many accounts associated with it. This is going to be very helpful, especially when you have particular arrangements with certain clients where they are guaranteed a certain product or service at a certain price. Or in the case of my example here, I have VIP clients where I want them to receive 10% off because I always buy a lot from them. Now we also have the option of per item. Now the per item gets a lot more complex in how it determines the discounts that you receive. So we're going to go step by step. In here, I'm saying that for this client, we're going to sell them 1/4-inch bolts at $15. Now you see I have an option for custom price and custom percentage. Custom price, exactly what it sounds like, you get to define the exact price. It's not a percentage. If the unit price changes in the product catalog, it's not going to affect the price that this client receives for this particular product. This is very useful for when you have agreements to sell services or products at a certain rate for a given period of time. This is very helpful for when you have multiple different clients with different rates on different products or services. You can set these up and configure them within Sugar and not have to worry about your sales reps having a price book or having to always double check for every single customer if they're getting the right rate. So now that I've switched this to a per item, let's go add a 1/4-inch bolt down here. Now again, anytime I change the product or the quantity, this is going to update. So let's go ahead and look for the bolt. And here we are. And you'll see for a second it flashed at 100, but we know that we're getting $15 per unit. So you see I've already set the price in here for you. And this, again, runs anytime you change the quantity because that's going to go on to the next possible feature for the per item. You can have quantity ranges defined. And when you have quantity ranges defined, you're basically saying any product that gets sold, if it falls between these different categories, we're going to find out that they get a particular percentage. In this case, if I sell 51 to 100 units of a particular product, they're guaranteed to get 11% off. This allows you to give your clients tiered pricing for different quantity ranges. This is very helpful when you sell a lot of products or even services, if you sell your services in hours or units. So let's go ahead and switch this to something else. You notice that because this product is not listed in my per item and it didn't qualify for any of the quantities, we are not getting a pop-up telling us that the product has changed. Let's go ahead and update it to have the proper quantity. And you'll see that our price has been calculated down to now $23. Now the last one that is here for the per item is called product quantity pricing. And this is a bit of a combination between the price levels by item and the quantities. So in here, you can define an entire pricing structure for multiple different products. So unlike the quantities, which affect all products, and unlike the per price per product, This one you can set up particular ranges, but for a select number of products that qualify. Now, you will notice here that I have a couple items in here and I have a couple different ranges. So let's go ahead and use the same product here. Let's put it between the 10 to 19, which will get us $24. Now, what you may have noticed in this last one, you can see again right here, we're getting it set. That is going down to the most precise match. Now, the most precise match is the product quantity pricing, because not only are you specifying the individual product or products, you're also specifying that the range that they should be applied to. You'll see that my range here tops out at $199. If I go back to my price level list, you'll see I have a quantity that starts at 201, and it's 15%. So even though this one is specified in the product quantity pricing, it still qualifies for a regular quantity range. So this allows you to have a lot of dynamic settings depending on your particular customers. You can do one list per customer if you have specific needs for each individual customer, or you can do an overall individual list or sets of lists for different tiers, providing different customers different pricing structures. And all of this is controlled dynamically from this module. Again, you can create as many different product price level lists as you want. One list can have as many related accounts as you'd like. You can define items individually and set specific pricing for that item. So you see here we have 15% off for the number 832 1/2" Phillips head. If I go ahead and I switch this back to quantity 1, because I don't want it to apply any of the quantity ranges, and I go to 1/2" Phillips head washer, and you notice that again, I am getting a 15% discount. So you can specify again the individual products or services that you wish to provide either static pricing or percentage off pricing. You can provide general quantities, and this would be good for any product sold that meets these ranges, or you can get very specific and say that for a certain set of products that they receive different pricing at different quantity levels. Again, all this is controlled. This is a very good tool for managing your different price level lists that you may already have in the form of catalogs or books. You can have them maintained inside of Sugar. And again, it allows you to adjust the unit price after the fact. It sets it for you so that you don't have to worry about which customers get which pricing. I hope you enjoyed the FayeBSG Sugar Quote and Product Price Level Matrix.